Really funny. Really funny.
What do you mean I'm funny?
It's funny, you know. It's a good story. It's funny. You're a funny guy.
What do you mean? You mean the way I talk? What?
It's just, you know, you're just funny. It's funny, you know, the way you tell the story and everything.
Funny how? I mean, what's funny about it?
Welcome, welcome. So, short man syndrome, trans activists protesting Dave Chappelle's Netflix special. How do these two things relate to each other? Well, I'm going to tell you, obviously. By the way, this is a very fancy little cup of coffee. You know you're in good hands when you see a man with a cup like that. Egotism. You see, I'm starting this like a lecture. Egotism. Egotism and narcissism. These are the two things that walk hand in hand. If you're well aware of egotism, or to have some awareness of what actual egotism is, you understand how destructive it is, and how egotism is all-consuming. And when you're completely consumed by egotism, that's not a good way to lead your life. It's bad, and I speak from experience. When I learned more about what true egotism is, it was revolutionary for me. It really did change. It completely changed my outlook on life. Made me a better person. Someone who says naughty things on the internet. That's the better version of me. You can imagine what the old version of me was like. Good Lord. Now, what is egotism? And what is short man syndrome? Oh, how do they link? Well, I'll tell you, look. Egotism isn't just thinking you're the greatest thing at something. You know, people would look at Kanye West, oh, the ego on him. Oh, look at the ego on him. Yes, he does have an ego, but ego is like being a precious, delicate little flower who can't take a joke. That's kind of what ego is. It's not being able to laugh at yourself and objectively examine what you are. And that's what a short man is. You know, a short man syndrome. Now, this isn't all short people. Oh, come on, short people, calm down. You know, in Iceland, I'd be a short man too. But I spend most of my time in Southeast Asia, where I am a giant. So I don't suffer short man syndrome as much as most people of my height that live in the Western world. You know, short men. I'll demonstrate what a short man is. You know, it's Joe Pesci in Goodfellas, right? But, you know, the short man, you know what the short man is. He's the guy who wants to fight everybody. You know, he's an absolute pain in the whoopsies. Short man's there going, what's he looking at? What's he looking at? I'm going to fight him. And you're like, calm down, short man, calm down. Short man's yapping and yapping, saying, yeah, I could take him, I'm going to take him. And short man can't take him. Short man is just angry all the time. You say anything that goes over short man's head or something he doesn't understand, short man's fighting you. You know what short man syndrome is. That's what these activists are like right now. They have short man syndrome. They can't take a joke. And if they don't understand something, they just get outraged. They just hear things that just send them off on one, just like a short man. You know, you'll say, hey, your mum's a really nice person. What do you say about my mum? Short man, calm it down. You just said, your mum's a really nice person. This is the same thing. They probably just heard what Dave Chappelle said or just seen a clip and was like, trans. Trans! And they're out in the streets setting it on fire. This happens too much. You know, egotism is just bad. You know, I mean, egotism kills people. It really does. Think about another example of egotism. That's terrible. And that would be to do with relationships and the amount of people. This is something I've thought about a lot. Being cheated on, for example. You take it as like really personal. You know, you think, oh my goodness, I am just worthless. What, you know, why would they go and sleep with someone else? Oh my God, am I not worth nothing to you? And it consumes people so much, particularly men too, you know, when they end up either killing their partner, beating their partner, killing their love rivals or doing horrendous things. You know, we've seen a Labour MP threatening a love rival with acid attacks. You know, this affects everybody who has problems with egotism. And what does that mean? It means you're not that special, okay? You are special, but you're not that special. There's so many fish in the sea, okay? And there's all kinds of beautiful fish out there. You know, I regularly look at beautiful fish and go, "Whoo, what a lovely fish." You know, I've had this with my girlfriend. You know, I used to look at seeing other girls, and she'd catch me out. Because I know she's a keeper, she'd be like, enjoy. It's okay. Enjoy. It's okay. What does that mean? Well, it doesn't mean I'll go bang that bird's brains out, obviously, but if you understand that you're not the sexiest and greatest human of all time, okay, and if you have desires towards other people, like you look at someone and go, tap that, but you don't, or even if you do, what I'm saying is, it's like, it doesn't really matter, because how could you sit there thinking you're the greatest thing on planet Earth? That's a little bit egotistical. That would be good advice to people. Look, if you've been cheated on and so forth, and you find it so tormenting, just think about it for a second. It's nothing personal towards you. This is just someone who's done something because they are predominantly human, which means they're predominantly selfish. Most humans are very self-centered. We only use 10% of our brain to think about other people. So it's not something I'm too concerned with, to be honest with you, like, anymore. And I look back on my behavior when this sort of stuff has happened to me, and I've done it to other people, and it's like, what a destructive force that could be just negated by just saying, hey, you know, I'm not the greatest, I'm not the worst. No, to have so much ego to think that, well, why would you cheat on me? I'm so fantastic and awesome. I'm the greatest thing on planet Earth. It's like, you're not, are you? Come on, like, none of us are. So people are weak, you know, and you get it, people get it in their head going, oh, what if they make love better than me? Oh, what if they made an orgasm? Oh my God, what if he lasted 6 minutes instead of my usual 4.5? Oh my God, you know, just beating yourself up inside when it's like, what does it matter? You have qualities, other people have qualities, just accept it. This is what egotism's all about. It's about going, okay. It's a thing that happened. Taking stuff so personally is really destructive. You know, rejection, everyone gets rejected all the time. Society will reject you. This is why, you know, people who end up having lots of partners, man-hoes, it's a numbers game. They're not afraid of rejection. You know, if you want to make it in life, you will suffer rejection over and over again. And if your ego gets in the way of that, and you consistently throw your toys out of the pram, you're not going to succeed. This is what successful people tell you. So when you see people who have so much egotism about them that just even dare questioning their reality, or dare questioning, you know, who they are as a human being, you know, their identity, or just daring to mention some jokes about them, and they throw the toys out the pram like that, that is not a successful mindset. It's not a health, and success doesn't equate to money always. You know, a successfully healthy mind is something very important too, for like all of life. And when you got people going out into the streets because of, like, you dare make some jokes, you got angry, guess what? You're consumed by egotism, and you have short man syndrome. It's kind of that simple. Now, I hope you're following what I'm trying to say to you. You know, when you consider yourself to be so special, so wonderful, and such a unique thing, and then someone dares to talk about you, and dares to call you out, or dares to challenge you, or dares to make a joke about you, and you get angry, okay, you got problems. It's as simple as that. Okay, do we want to be bowing down and tiptoeing around people who behave like Omar? No, not Omar. Marlowe, R.I.P. To Omar, to Michael Kenneth Williams, R.I.P. No, it's Marlowe. You know, Marlowe in The Wire when he says, "My name is my name." You know, what did Marlowe do? If you're unfamiliar with The Wire, at one point, you know, Marlowe starts going crazy. He's a drug kingpin, and he's just killing people because they dared talk about him, you know, in a derogatory way. Say he doesn't have nice shoes, this kind of thing, and he ends up killing loads of people over some bullshit. And people start calling him out, and the people that call him out for doing it, they get killed too, or they try to kill him. They try to kill one of them, and then he like, I don't want to spoil it for you, haven't seen it. You know, do you think it's healthy to bow down to people who act like a gangster, a drug dealing monster, who will kill you because you dare mention their name or you dare call out their shoes? Another example: look at all the shootings. You know, the epidemic of you know, predominantly young black kids in the UK who've been killing each other with guns and knives. Since the turn of millennium, that turned into like a prominent thing. Before then, not as prominent, but the murder rate was still the same. But anyway, we're not getting. That's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is you would often hear stories about the reasons for it. People would assume it was about territory, it was about drug deals gone wrong, drug rivalry, you know, the sort of stuff that we think from the outside is how it goes down. And what you end up hearing is just completely over some bullshit. Yeah, stuff would be related to girls, but literally people like looking at people in the wrong way, then getting shot. People saying something like misunderstandings, getting shot. People getting killed over reasons of egotism. Okay, someone loses in a fight, they come back with a gun. That happened in Thailand. A police officer got into a fight with a tall Frenchman. The tall thing's important because the police officer was short. He's a short man. They had a fight in a bar in Bangkok. The Frenchman, and who would have thought Frenchie had it in him, beat the crap out of the guy. Now, because there's this face-saving culture, which is based on egotism, which is also kind of holds back certain cultures, is that face-saving business. It's very bad. So what does he do, short man? Well, he goes and gets his service pistol, comes back, chases the guy into a bank, and on full CCTV, he's a policeman, shoots him dead. Case closed. It was him that done it. Because he lost the fight. Okay? You should not pander and bow down to people who will behave in that kind of way. Because you think about it, looking at that, if that was like, you know, if it's an activist who's got upset about something, burns down a building and kills someone, they will defend the activists. When really these are just delicate little flowers consumed by egotism. They're short men and they got problems. Okay, and the way you solve people's problems is not by, you know, propping up those problems. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, oh yes, you know. If someone comes in your house and spits on your floor and sets fire to your mum's bed because you said something that they didn't like about their shoes, okay, what you don't do is go, oh, well, of course, you have every right to be angry and burn my mum's bed and spit on my floor. No, that's not how you treat people like this. The way you solve the problem is by making them confront their own fragility and say, hey, you got a problem. You need to sort it out. We're not going to change society because you can't take a joke and took things the wrong way and didn't even listen in the first place. We do not run society according to the aggressions of short man. Now go to the website and become a free member or a paid member if you want, because I got more gold for days. Thank you very much.